The Masters is one of the most prestigious golf tournaments in the world, held at the iconic Augusta National Golf Club. Playing Augusta is a privilege that every golfer dreams of, but not many get to actually do. John Bednarowski of the Marietta Daily Journal and Times Journal Incorporated got a chance to play the course and is taking us on a hole-by-hole tour of his round. Join us later in this episode for the exclusive feature on this legendary course as we take a closer look at the history, traditions, and the magic of the Augusta National and Masters, presented by Ingles.
From the Chattahoochee Tech Studio, welcome to the Marietta Daily Journal Podcast. Today is Friday, March 24th, and happy 47th birthday to former NFL quarterback Peyton Manning.
Quit looking at my chest here. Look at the play. Concentrate. All right, we're going Jailhouse Rock. Be alert now for an audible mystery train. On one. Ready?
I'm Dan Ratcliffe, and here are your top stories presented by Engineered Solutions of Georgia. A developer was ejected from a zoning meeting after causing a disturbance. A Mableton man was arrested for starting a fire that killed 2 people, 5 cats, and a dog. And Sheriff Craig Owens is now the highest paid sheriff in the 4 most populous metro Atlanta counties. Plus, we sit down with MDJ sports editor John Bednarowski as he continues to take us on a tour around Augusta National presented by Ingles. We'll have all this and more coming up on the Marietta Daily Journal Podcast.
Engineered Solutions of Georgia. We guarantee a stable, dry foundation. With over 30 years of experience and a lifetime of support, residential and commercial. Hey, we do it all. For basement waterproofing and repairs to your foundation. Dial 678 ESOG now.
You deserve better than your bank. Better service, better rates, better solutions. If you live or work in Cobb County, now is the perfect time to make the switch to Credit Union of Georgia, the better way to bank. Since 1960, Credit Union of Georgia has been providing Northwest Georgia with financial solutions that make sense for your home, business, and family. As a homegrown, not-for-profit cooperative, our members are our mission. Not only will you get the best loan rates, you'll get personalized customer service from people who understand your needs. Plus, Credit Union of Georgia provides real convenience with a network of more than 30,000 accessible ATMs and branch locations across the country. Of course, there's also 5 locations right here in Cobb County. Ready to see how much better your banking can be with Credit Union of Georgia? Become a member today or apply for a loan online by visiting cuofga.org. Credit Union of Georgia, the better way to bank.
Developer Christopher Hunt was escorted from a Cobb Board of Commissioners hearing after repeatedly disrupting proceedings related to a proposal for a subdivision in South Cobb. Hunt had proposed 11 eco-friendly homes on 6.5 acres, but Commissioner Monique Sheffield raised concerns over the topography of the land. Hunt filed a lawsuit in November against Commissioner JoAnn Birrell and the county, seeking $100 million in damages over the denial of a previous proposal. Hunt called for zoning policies to be made more friendly to sustainable building and said variances were needed to counter outdated rules. The proposal was denied by the commission. A 30-year-old Mableton man, Robert Colt Smith, has been arrested for arson and murder after allegedly starting a deadly house fire in South Cobb last week. Police claim that Smith started a vehicle fire which spread to a nearby home, causing the death of 2 people and 6 animals. Smith is also facing charges of assaulting and battering his girlfriend on 2 occasions in February. The girlfriend lived at the home that burned down. Smith is facing charges of 2 counts of murder, 3 counts of arson, and aggravated cruelty to animals. He's being held at the Cobb County Jail without bond. Cobb County Sheriff Craig Owens has become the highest paid sheriff among the 4 most populous counties in metro Atlanta after receiving a $25,000 pay raise. The Georgia General Assembly approved the raise, bringing Owens' salary to $195,000. Previously, Police Chief Stuart Van Hoosier earned $191,908. Former Public Safety Director Randy Kreider earned $193,250, and Interim Director Bill Johnson earned $190,745. All Cobb legislators in attendance for the House and Senate votes on the bill supported it. The Association of County Commissioners of Georgia recommends a minimum salary of $136,011 for sheriffs serving counties with 500,000 residents, with adjustments made for cost of living expenses.
Care for a scotch now?
Yes. Actually, no, I'm in a sherry mood tonight.
Sherry? What an intriguing idea. I think I can scare up a bottle of sherry.
The Georgia Food and Wine Festival, presented by Georgia Grown, is set to take place from Thursday through Sunday at Marietta's Jim Miller Park. The festival offers a range of events such as the barbecue extravaganza Fired Up, an afternoon of food and drink in the Savor event, and the family-friendly Sunday Fun Day Festival finale. Attendees will be able to enjoy unlimited beverage tastings along with gourmet bites, and culinary credits can be purchased. Ticket prices start at $25 for general admission. VIP tickets are available for $165. A VIP lounge experience featuring specialty drinks and souvenir cups is also offered. VIP attendees must be 21 or older. The 8th grade Girl Scouts from Troop 383 based in Marietta received the Girl Scouts of Greater Atlanta's Council Young Women of Distinction Award for their community leadership. Marissa McEachran and Kobe Wilson established a pet food bank within the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry at their church to help families with food insecurities feed their pets. They also created a pamphlet with information on healthy pet food and low-cost free vaccination resources. Alex Pritt designed a calm room at Cobb Horizon High School to help students feel safe and comfortable, featuring beanbag chairs, plants, and fidget toys. Each student can stay for 15 minutes once per day with no electronics allowed.
In Georgia, the weather never ceases to do unpredictable things. Peace of mind should be top of mind where it comes to your heating and cooling system. Dayco Systems has 3 generations of experience with HVAC excellence they've shared with Cobb County and the greater metro Atlanta area. Dayco Systems has been family-owned and operated since they started out, and Dean Yarrington has built their business into what it is today through policies of honesty, responsiveness, and attention to the needs of customers. The Dayco Systems team is equipped with the knowledge, tools, products, and over 4 decades of experience that help them get each job done right the first time, and they back that up with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Along with exceptional service, Dayco Systems provides free estimates on new heating and AC installations, and you can reach them after hours when you have an HVAC emergency. Get peace of mind. Call Dayco Systems today at 770-209-2261 or visit them online at daycosystems.com. Dayco Systems, a premier trained comfort specialist. Now through April 30th, get a preseason air conditioning tune-up for the first unit for $69.95 and $39.95 for additional units. Call Dayco.
Discover the vivid palette of our world in Fernbank Museum's immersive and interactive exhibit, The Nature of Color. Step into a color-changing room, virtually paint, and grasp the meaning of color diversity as you explore how hues play roles in nature, emotion, science, and culture. Paint your world full of fun, beauty, and wonder for a limited time. Get tickets at fernbankmuseum.org/color.
After Kennesaw State's ASUN championship and gritty performance in the NCAA tournament, Coach Amir Abdur-Rahim is becoming a popular man and has his name linked to a few high-profile jobs. Will the Owls' head man stay in Cobb County? Here's community reporter Matt Golden with more.
Kennesaw State men's basketball coach Amir Abdur-Rahim has been interviewed for the head coaching position at California, but is not sure if now is the right time to make the move. Abdur-Rahim has spent several weeks as a guest analyst for CBS and has been linked to other head coaching positions at larger universities as well. Abdur-Rahim has numerous connections to Cal. His older brother Sharif played 1 season for the Golden Bears before beginning a long NBA career. Amir and Sharif both went to Wheeler High School, as did current Boston Celtics guard Jaylen Brown, another former Cal player who told the Boston Globe that he was in favor of Amir as a potential new coach for the Golden Bears. This past season, the Golden Bears went 3-29 under former Georgia head coach Mark Fox. Other coaches who have been considered for possibilities include UC Santa Barbara's Joe Pasternak, San Jose State's Tim Miles, and Amir Abdul-Rahim's former boss at UGA, Tom Crean. Amir is hesitant to leave Kennesaw State, where the entire team is expected to return except for 2 players who have exhausted their eligibility. Amir Abdul-Rahim is putting together an off-season development plan for each player and wants to concentrate on improving their bodies through the weight room and nutrition. For more on this story, please go to mdjonline.com. For the Marietta Daily Journal Podcast, I'm community reporter Matt Golden.
Cobb Travel and Tourism has launched a new initiative called Cobb Unity, which aims to celebrate diversity in visitors, residents, and tourism in Cobb County. The project will focus on arts, music, sports, conventions, trade shows, groups, attractions, venues, hotels, filmmakers, and more. CobbUnity.org will provide information about inclusive events, accessible attractions, and censor-friendly places. The program will be a central component of the 2023 marketing campaign, according to CT&T CEO Holly Quinlan.
Let's go while we're young.
All right, sir. Trying to tee off.
I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slice.
Ethan Smith and Brody McQueen each shot 69 to help Mount Perrin Christian to a 9-shot victory in the Cobb County Invitational earlier this week at the City Club Marietta. The Eagles shot a team total of 7 under par 277 in the 2-day event, which saw teams play 9 holes each day. Mount Perrin shot 5 under on the second day to pull away from Harrison and Walton. North Cobb Christian's J.B. Knight won the individual title, shooting a 5 under 66. It was the second straight invitational victory for Mount Perrin, which finished 22 strokes better than it did last year. Smith and McQueen tied for second, while Tucker Thompson, Sam Binkley, and Zach Peterson each tied for 8th at 73. Jace Butcher was 14th with a 74, and Connor Bond shot 81. And now, as we get closer to the start of the 2023 Masters, Times-Journal Incorporated sports editor John Bednarowski joins the show to continue to take us on a tour of Augusta National, presented by Ingles.
And we're back. I'm Brian Giffen. He is John Bednarowski, the sports editor of the Marietta Daily Journal. And our coverage of Masters 2023 comes your way. We continue it today, in fact. And John recently had the opportunity to play at Augusta National. Yeah, he won the lottery, literally, and got to play at Augusta National. And John, of course, has covered the Masters for a number of years. John, I think you ended 1 through 6. You said 5 over, which really isn't bad at all. So how did it go as you started hole number 7 now?
Well, here's one thing you find out in a hurry. If you've never been to Augusta National and you've only seen it on TV, you don't have an understanding of exactly how hilly the property is. And the best way to describe it, in some areas, you really truly need to be a mountain goat in order to get up some of the hills. And to put it nicely, I'd say I'm a little overweight. I was more overweight then than I am now. So I get to the 7th hole and, we're walking. We have a caddy. That was the first time where I may have felt a little fatigued. But so I tee off and I hit my ball into the right rough. Now the 7th hole starts off fairly flat, but it goes uphill the farther you get up toward the green. And during the tournament, the 7th hole, especially on Sunday, because we're playing the Sunday pin placements, there's about a 6 or an 8 foot bowl in the bottom right-hand portion of the green. And if you can take the ball and, there's a bunker that guards the front, or 2 bunkers that guards the front, one on the left, one on the right. The pin would be tucked right behind the right-hand bunker on Sunday. If you can get the ball over the bunker and take it a little bit left of the pin, it'll catch the slope and bring it right back down to the hole. And often on Sunday, you're going to see the pros hit shots where they're within 1-2 feet of the cup. Occasionally you get one of those that snakes in and somebody makes a 2. Well, I'm in the right-hand rough, about 4 or 5 feet off of the fairway. And I hit my second shot a little bit fat, and it goes into that front right bunker. And I have almost no chance to get this thing out. So I go a little bit sideways, and I go right of the pin with the hopes of being able to carry, because the lip is a little farther out. I mean, I'm standing, it's a wall of sand in front of me where my ball is. And I managed to get it out, and I get it up about 10 or 12 feet above the hole, putting for par. And again, this thing is coming straight downhill, so I barely tap it at all. And for a second there, I'm going, it's not, somehow, some way, it's not going to get there. And then the next thing you know, it's 4 feet past.
Wow.
And I made the comebacker for 5, but it's like when you haven't played for a while, and the hole for us was playing about 330 yards. So if I hit a good shot to start with, it's one of the few holes where I really feel like I would have had an opportunity to potentially make a birdie, and I let that one slip away. But again, I hadn't been playing very much. I was amazed that I was hitting the ball in the club face to begin with.
Right.
So walking away on any hole with a bogey is not bad at Augusta National.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, so now you're 7 holes into this, and we move to the 8th. I'm trying to do my best Pat Summerall here. now we go to the 8th, and that's not the 8th inning, I might add.
Not in this case, anyway. But the 8th hole is a par 5, and it's amazing. You're either going drastically downhill, or it seems like every hole is uphill. There's nothing that is flat at Augusta National. So we leave the 7th green and we walk back to the 8th tee. Now, for the pros, they're playing it at about 570, 580, 590 up the hill. For us, we were playing it at about 480 yards. And still, for me, to hit a decent drive, I'm in the same spot as the pros would be, because they're carrying it 100 yards farther than
sure.
And I pulled my tee shot left, but I was still even with the fairway bunker that everybody knows from watching TV. I'm in the left rough. I hit my second shot. It catches a tree branch and comes down. I advanced at 150, 160 yards, but it catches a tree branch, comes back down in the rough. And for those golf fans that are familiar with the 8th hole at Augusta National, if you're looking from the back of the green onto the green, on the right-hand side, there are these giant mounds, and you'd think they would be if it was any other golf course, they would be virtually the perfect spectator mounds, but there's no spectators in that area. I have to somehow get the ball over that, and then it's straight downhill to the pin, which is kind of on the back third, but if you hit that slope the wrong way, it's not only going to land on the downslope, but it's going to kick all the way across, and then you're going to be chipping back up the hill. I didn't hit the greatest chip, but it did bounce on the mound and kind of kick to the right, so I got it down onto the green and managed to 2-putt for a 6. So, again, bogeys at Augusta National,
right?
Good thing. But for a long time at Augusta National, there was no rough. Bobby Jones, when he built the golf course, wanted to make, putting be the overall difference to determine the winner. And a lot of the golf course is built somewhat in the image of St. Andrews. Granted, it's not a links course, but it's got there's a lot of inspiration there. And at St. Andrews, in most areas, there's very or not a little rough, but you have to hit it a mile one way or another to get into the deep stuff. Well, it's for me, it's about an inch deep, and that gave you get into that rough playing to some of these greens, and you can't spin it. And not that I'm going to have a whole lot of backspin on it anyway, considering the state of my game, but you have very little chance of getting anything to check up around the hole. So, the key is keep it out of the rough at all, at all times. And the longer that my round went, the more rough that I found.
All right, so now we're 8 holes in, and on to the 9th.
On to the 9th, hit my drive down into the middle of the fairway, but I didn't hit it far enough. And for those who know, it's a downhill, and it's somewhat of a severe downhill. And somehow my ball, my stance is severe downhill to where it's taking two clubs worth of loft off of it. And I managed to hit it up by the bunker on the left. Now, if you land it short and in front, it's going to come probably 70 yards down the fairway because there's such an incline leading up to the green. I hit it far enough left where I was below the bunker, and it stayed there. So now I had to pitch up over the bunker, and the pin is on the left-hand side. So I don't have a whole lot of green to work with, and it's going left to right away from me. And if I don't hit it well enough, I'm either going to land it in the bunker, or I'm going to catch the false front, and it's going to take it and bring it back down 70 yards back down into the fairway. So I hit a little sand wedge, popped it up over the bunker, got it on the green about 20 feet from the hole. And again, you look at the putt, and I see it at about 5 feet outside the right. I'm thinking I'm pretty much coming straight up the slope. And my caddy, David, I had said I wanted to read the greens, and then I'm going to listen to you, and you tell me where I'm supposed to putt. And for the whole round, I think I would have read about 4 putts correctly. But he told me, no, you need to hit it. And he starts walking much farther to the right. I needed to give this thing about 15-foot break. And he says, put it over this spot. And I got relatively close, and the ball hits that spot and takes this big turn to the left, and it curls all the way around and stops about 2 feet behind the hole, and I got out of there.
Get your tickets today for the Georgia Food and Wine Festival, March 24th through the 26th at Jim R. Miller Park in Marietta. The Georgia Food and Wine Festival will celebrate the best of Georgia and the South, from its culinary superstars and beverage experts to farmers, artisans, live musicians, and more. For more information and to buy tickets, head to GeorgiaFoodAndWineFestival.com. The Georgia Food and Wine Festival at Marietta's Jim R. Miller Park, March 24th through the 26th.
Hi, I'm Glenn Drake, owner of Drake Realty. The world's changed a lot in the last year, so Drake Realty is changing with it. Our newest website allows you to find your property and agent, then we take care of the rest. We have experienced partners and state-of-the-art technology to keep your earnest money safe and closings on time. If you're looking for a seamless transaction from contract to close, visit us online at drakerealty.com.
Thanks again for listening to today's Marietta Daily Journal Podcast. Did you know over 50% of Americans listen to podcasts weekly? Make sure you join us for our next episode and share this podcast on social media with your friends and family. You can find us on TikTok at MDJ Podcast, add us to your Alexa Flash Briefing or Google Home Briefing, and be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. Darren Sutherland, executive producer. Jacob Sutherland, director. Producers Jason Gentarola and Matt Golden. And Jinrei Zhang, video producer. All rights reserved.